Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and today we'll be testing out Wasp. I was not impressed in the card review portion when I took a look at the cards, but we'll try her out against Red Skull on Expert difficulty, running a Justice deck very similar to Ant-Man, so we want to compare the two, and if it works we'll move on to Zola, and if it doesn't work we'll try another variant, perhaps Protection or Leadership. So let's get the deck shuffled. What do we want to keep here? Rapid growth, lay down the law. Don't think we need giant health right away. Giant help. So we'll draw two more. The major weakness of Justice right now is weak allies. None of the allies are that good. Anyway, with Red Skull we owe one encounter card. And let's get started. So do I want to get out Red Room Training right away? I think so. And I think I also want to use Lay Down the Law after we flip. So let's flip to probably Giant Form. And then, or we could flip to a Tiny Form, and then let's go clear the area for Lay Down the Law. Get rid of the red house. And then we can deal 1 damage to the villain. Then we can use Daredevil to play Rapid Growth. Flip to Giant Form. I still don't understand this card. Well, anyway. We'll use Rapid Growth. We're in Giant Form now. So we got attack for 4 against Red Skull. And then we'll draw 5. So, 1 threat. Red Skull's going to get an attack. Well, 1 threat, and then we got a side quest incoming. And that side quest is going to be Prison Camps. That's a good one to start with. And then Red Skull's going to attack. We'll have Wasp defend. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1 damage and 1 retaliate damage for Red Skull, thanks to Red Room Training. And then we got 2 encounter cards to reveal. Master Strategist and Advance. Red Skull schemes for 3. If you're in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation with no boost cards. Okay, so he schemes for 3. And then he's going to attack for 2. And this says, while you are in giant hero form, you gain retaliate. So, for that, does your hero have to defend against the attack? I don't think so, right? Yeah, it's not tied to defense. That's the way I played it in the past. I just wanted to verify that was correct. All of a sudden it occurred to me. So anyway, Red Skull attacks for 2, and then he takes an additional damage from the retaliate. And that will resolve everything. So, what do we want to do now? Pinpoint Strike? I don't think so. We'll get out Skilled Investigator. We'll use Pim Particles and Followed to get Quake out. Unfortunately, in this situation, we haven't got a way to deal with Prison Camps. Yeah, we just don't. So, Pim Particles. Actually, I'm thinking I need to flip to Tiny Form. just to draw a card, because I don't know that... I think I need to deal with prison camps and get the free ally out if it's at all possible. So let's go Pim Particles followed to get out Quake. We draw a card, being in tiny form. And we do draw Lay Down the Law. That's a great draw. So that worked out. Now we can Pinpoint Strike for Lay Down the Law. Oh, but it only works after you change form, and I think that's not the case in this situation, right? So we flipped, and then we used an action, and then we drew Lay Down the Law. So yeah, it can't happen now. We'd have to flip again. We'll get out Skilled Investigator. And I guess we'll use Quake to probably thwart for 1. And then we'll discard Pinpoint Strike and draw 4. Okay, so 2 threat. Red Skull's going to get an attack, which means an additional boost card. Well, actually 2 threat and then a side scheme. And then Red Skull's going to get 2 additional boost cards on his attack, so it's 3 total. That attack will go on Quake. Give the villain a tough status card and another boost card. Okay, so it's a massive attack, but it's all on Quake. And then Master Strategist goes away. And then we got 1 encounter card, which is Hydra Flame Soldier. So we got a lot of threats stacked up. We'll see how, get the chance to see how Wasp deals with a big threat bomb. We'll want to flip here. So that I can lay down the law. Flip the giant. Lay down the law for 3 against, I think, prison camps, because I really need to, well, no, let's lay down the law against Sense of the Past. And we'll choose 3 cards to shuffle into the deck. Just go 1. Probably lay down the law we'll need again. Maybe Pim Particles, that's one of the best cards in the deck. And we can Skilled Investigator to draw a card. Then we'll thwart, or do I want to, yeah, we'll thwart. Now we'll go 1, 2, 3 and play Jessica Jones, and then we'll thwart for 2 with her. And then we can go grab an ally from the discard pile or deck. Is War Machine actually the best ally in the deck? I don't think it's Ant-Man. War Machine's better than Ant-Man. He can thwart for 3 or attack for 3, but he gets fewer attacks than War Machine. I think War Machine might be the best ally that I have. That's the sad state that Justice is in. Maybe Nick Fury is what I want. Let's grab Nick Fury. And we'll use him to probably deal 4 damage. Then we can thwart for 2, thwart for 2. Hopefully stabilize. So 1 threat, 1 side quest. Hydra Reinforcements. 1 attack. Okay, and then 1 encounter card. Okay. So, Wasp Sting. If your giant, deal a total of 4 damage divided among enemies as you choose. biosynthetic wings. Let's clear the area. Get rid of Hydra reinforcements. Discards a non-elite minion. Then we can draw a card for clear the area, draw a card for skilled investigator. You don't have to be in tiny form in order to use rapid growth, because being able to change to giant form is not a cost. I actually looked that up, so I can. Let's use energy for Wasp Sting for 4 damage. Well, first we need to ping off the toughness. Then we can Wasp Sting for 4. Then we can Pim Particles, heal 2, rapid growth. Or should it be, I think what actually should have happened if I rewind everything is that I should have played Followed with Pim Particles before using Rapid Growth to pay for Clear the Area, deal 4 damage after using Jessica Jones to ping the toughness off. So doing it that way gains 2 additional damage and allows me to use everything efficiently, and then use Wasp to put Red Skull into phase 3, which deals an extra encounter card. So 1 threat, 1 side quest. The Sleeper Awakens. And then 1 attack from Red Skull on Jessica Jones. 2 encounter cards. Hydra Jet Trooper with Quick Strike. It takes 1 Retaliate. Spreading Lies. 2 threat on each scheme. We do put 2 threat on Sleeper Awakened. It doesn't do anything, but we do put it there. And then we're on to the hero turn. Well, if I ping the toughness off of the Sleeper, I can flip to Tiny and Pinpoint Strike. Let's go ahead and use her attack for 2. Or first power in all of us to play Ironheart and draw a card. Then we'll attack for 2. We'll put 1 damage on the Sleeper, 1 damage on the Jet Trooper. We'll use Ironheart to finish off the Jet Trooper. We'll flip to Tiny. We'll use Genius and Lay Down the Law to play Pinpoint Strike for 8 damage and overkill, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and he does have Retaliate. Actually, he should retaliate twice because the attack in giant form was an attack. And that will clear the Sleeper Awakened, which means a draw for Skilled Investigator. And that's all I can do. Okay, draw 3. And we got 1 threat, we got a side quest incoming, Hydra Patrol, and we got an attack from Red Skull coming. Give Red Skull a tough status card. We got an encounter card. Bitter Rival, exhaust a character you control for each side scheme. Okay. What do I want to do here? Well, let's go ahead and Pim Particles and Strength to use Beat Cop. go one threat, one token. We'll flip the giant, and Power and all of us lay down the law to remove Hydra Patrol, which is going to bring a Hydra or a minion into play. That'll just be a Hydra regular. He's not revealed, so his Insight doesn't go off. And we can use Skilled Investigator when clearing the side quest. Do I want to keep that? I may want to keep that. And we'll draw 4. So, one threat, one side scheme. Discard 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3 different types of resources. And then we have to weather an attack from Red Skull, which Wasp will defend. So the attack is for 1. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's actually for 2. And 1 retaliate damage. And then the Hydra regular attacks for 2 and 1 retaliate damage. And then an encounter card. Discard an upgrade or support you control. We'll get rid of Skilled Investigator, I guess. I'm loath to get rid of it, but I do have another one in hand, so not that big a deal. And then we're on to the hero phase. We'll get out another Skilled Investigator. We can use Beat Cop. We can use Clear the Area. Draw a card for Clear the Area. Draw a card for Skilled Investigator. I'm going to have to flip to Alter Ego, I think, here. But first, let's get off. Do I want to Pinpoint Strike, or do I want to Giant Help? Well, I can't Pinpoint Strike without flipping to Tiny. I could Wasp Sting. So we could go 1, 2 for Wasp Sting, but this would basically concede that we're going to have to move into phase 2. If I Giant Help, I could remain in phase 1, but I would leave this Hydra regular on the board. Four threat removed. We're probably going to move into phase 2 next round anyway, because I have to go into Alter Ego. So we'll Wasp Sting. We can divide up the 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll flip to Tiny, or flip to Alter Ego. We'll use her action. We'll look for 2 science resources to shuffle into the deck. Can I do wildcard resources? No, it has to be a printed science resource. Maybe Nick Fury? Maybe Wasp Strike? Nick Fury? And then we'll draw 5. And that's going to deal an additional encounter card. So we're in range of killing Red Skull in 1 round. Got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's possible. We got 1 threat. That's going to move us into phase 2, which means revealing the top card of the side scheme deck. Hopefully it's not the red house. Then we have Red Skull Scheming for 4. And we have 2 more. I may have forgotten to deal an encounter card earlier for Hydra Reinforcements. When it first came out, I think I was supposed to deal an extra encounter card. I'll just do that now. it's not exactly correcting it, but the difficulty should end up being around the same. So 3, attached to Red Skull, he gains Retaliate. Red Skull's Luger. Hydro Regular with Insight 1. Okay. Can I deal 14 damage here? I can only take 1 Retaliate damage, and I have 2 attacks to play. I have no way to heal. Can I even play these 2 attacks? 1, 2, 3, 1. No. I cannot. Let's see, I have 8 damage if I'm in Tiny. Then 9 from the Tiny. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury. Let's remove a threat for Beat Cop. Let's use Nick Fury to deal 4. No, let's use Nick Fury to draw 3. Okay, let's flip to... No, there's no reason to do this Beat Cop immediately. I already did it though before I saw the RNG, so I'll leave it. Let's heal. Flip to Giant. We go clear the area. Which draws 2. We can use Nick Fury to take out the Hydra Regular. We can Wasp Sting for 4 damage, which is 1 Retaliate. And then we'll just get rid of Followed. I probably should have used Followed, but I was thinking more, I want to say Pinpoint Strike, so we'll get rid of Followed. Okay, 1 threat, 1 side quest. I actually didn't need to use Nick Fury to attack that minion because it was defeated. So instead the damage goes on Red Skull. I don't think that's going to matter. But anyway, a Hydra Patrol comes in. Red Skull will attack Nick Fury. He would be at 2 because of Red Skull's Retaliate. And then we got an encounter card to deal with, which is Hydra Flame Soldier. Okay. So now we can just end it with Pinpoint Strike for 7, Retaliate 1, and then 1 damage, 2 damage from the basic attack. Okay, well, Wasp performed okay. One of the real strengths of Ant-Man is his healing. Because when you have Ant-Man's helmet out, you heal for 2 every time you switch to giant form, and then Pym Particles heals you for 2 as well. Wasp has the healing from Pym Particles, but not the Ant-Man's helmet. And so a lot of heroes will do okay, but over time the boss will whittle them down, and then when they switch to alter ego form to recover, the recovery tends to be inefficient because threat removal is inefficient, but healing is also pretty inefficient in terms of the amount of energy you have to spend to get healing. And so when you're recovering, the boss deploys a big threat bomb and you can't really deal with that efficiently, and you can't recover your health efficiently, and so you lose. And if you run protection so that you don't get your health whittled down, then you have difficulties with threat or with handling the boss attacks because you're not running leadership. And what Ant-Man provides is that he has really efficient healing. Perhaps the most efficient healing of any card in the game. His giant form with his helmet. Nonetheless, Wasp was able to win with some minor mistakes by me, and so let's go ahead and try her against Zola. Okay, another thing to note is that the justice aspect is greatly improved with the addition of Lay Down the Law. It still needs better allies though. Definitely needs better allies. So let's try out Wasp against Zola. We'll have Ant-Man and Hydra Prison. Oh, this is the encounter deck. Does Ant-Man actually want to be paired with the Wasp in multiplayer? Wouldn't that interfere with like playing your signature ally? Okay. So that's 4 extra on Hydra Prison because of Ant-Man's cost of 4. That hand is not good. We'll keep Clear the Area. May keep Followed. Biosynthetic Wings I don't think is very good. Beat Cop is too expensive. Okay, let's get started. We can shuffle 2 cards in if there's science. No science cards in there. Let's go ahead and flip to giant form. And we'll use Power of Justice, Scope, Energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and play Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. We'll use Interrogation Room and Clear the Area, play Followed. Giant Help and Clear the Area so that we can... first we'll attack with Wasp. And we'll split up the damage. 1 damage to remove Tough, 1 damage on Zola. He retaliates. And then we'll use Clear the Area. And Followed is not an attack, so it doesn't proc retaliate. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And we draw a card with Clear the Area. I guess I'll keep Giant Help. We'll use Nick Fury to deal 2 damage to the Bioservant. And we'll draw 3. So 1 threat, 1 token, 1 attack from Zola on Nick Fury. 1 damage from the Bioservant. And 1 encounter card. Defensive programming, so plus 2 HP there. We'll use... I don't think I want to pin particles twice in giant hero form. It'll waste the card. I think what I'll do is I'll flip to Tiny. Then I'll pin particles twice and use Red Room Training. That draws 2 cards. I want to get out Skilled Investigator. Then I'll use Daredevil and Beat Cop to play Giant Help. Just remove 3 threat. And then I'll use Wasp to port for 1. And we'll draw 5. Let's see, her basic attacks gain Piercing and Tiny. Okay. 1 threat, 1 test token, 1 attack from Zola. We'll use Wasp to defend, so he attacks for 2, 3, 1 damage from the Bioservant, 1 encounter card, which is Master Plan. Okay. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get out War Machine. I think I'll flip to Giant because I want to defend in giant form, I think, next turn. And I'm just going to hang out with War Machine. I want the boss to attack him and to remove the toughness. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So 1 threat, 1 token. It's going to bring a minion in. This is where a lot of heroes will run into trouble. Berserk Mutate for 2 damage. Does have Retaliate now. And then Zola will attack on War Machine. Remove toughness. Bioservant will attack for 1, 1 retaliate. Berserk Mutate will attack for 2, 1 retaliate. Encounter card. Exhaust your identity card and surge. Zola attacks you. Well, that's gonna end it. So we'll reset and we'll try one more time. This wasn't really even close, but we'll try one more time. And off we go. This hand looks fine, actually. We'll go ahead and flip to giant form. We'll use Genius and Power in All of Us to get War Machine out. And we'll use Power of Justice to get Followed out. We'll use Wasp for 1 damage there and 1 damage on Zola, which retaliates. We'll use War Machine to clear test subjects. Oh, I forgot on the first attempt to bring in an extra minion, so we actually would have failed even harder. We use Followed to get rid of that. We've got to bring in an extra minion. Yeah, we would have failed even more epically if I'd remembered that. Berserk Mutate. Quick Strike for 2, and we got to put Ant-Man in Hydra Prison as well. Okay. Did I forget to draw a hand? Oh no, it's my hero turn. Okay, well, now we just draw 4. Ready up. So we get 1 threat, 1 test token, 1 attack from Zola. We'll defend with Wasp. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1 damage. And 2 from Berserk Mutate. And 1 encounter card, which is another Mutate. Ouch. But that's the mildest of the minions, really. Okay. Skilled Investigator. These cards aren't useful. I guess just to use the resources, I'll go Red Room Training. We'll use War Machine, deal 2, and I think we're going to have to flip to Alter Ego here. We'll use her Alter Ego ability. I find Ant-Man's much better. When you flip to Alter Ego, you heal for 1. So when you have Ant-Man and Ant-Man's helmet out, you can flip to his Alter Ego, heal 1, then flip back to Giant, heal 2, and you don't have to use his action. To get 3 healing with Wasp, you have to use her action to recover. So Ant-Man is very strong healer, very strong healing champion, and that compensates for his weak threat reduction. We don't really hold that against him that much because almost every hero has weak threat reduction, with a couple of exceptions, but the healing that he provides is really strong. We'll have to make a note of that for the future. If any other champions provide innate healing that can be done efficiently is very good. Anyway, we're looking for science resources to put back in the deck. There's just 1. And we can draw 5. And we got 1 threat, 1 token. We're Scheming for 2, not that bad. And got an encounter card, which is Shadow of the Past. It's going to bring Beetle into play, along with the side quest Mother's Orders. As an additional cost for each hero to make a basic attack, you must spend 1 resource. At least you don't have to do that when you're thwarting. Okay, so we need HP. Gonna have to use her ability, her basic ability to gain HP. We can flip to we'll flip to Giant. We'll use Strength to use Giant Help, remove 4 threat. 1, 2, clear that. 3, 4. We can't deal with Beetle. We can go Power in All of Us, Interrogation Room ×2 for Beat Cop. We'll start whittling away. We'll use War Machine to at least deal with one of these dudes, and then we'll draw 5. No, that one had 2 HP, right? So it would actually die to retaliate if I'm willing to eat the damage. It saves me 2 HP. I think I need to do it. Okay, so 1 and 1. That brings in another minion. It's the bad kind. Pain inhibitors. And we've got an attack from Zola. I think this is going to be the end here. Attack is for 1, 2. Does have retaliate. Attack for 2. 1 retaliate. Attack for 1. 1 retaliate. Attack for 2. That will end it. Okay, well, I think we've seen enough from Wasp. We can safely say that this champion is not that strong. I would rank her in the, well, the champions that I think are viable in solo play, that I believe are viable, are Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man. Those are S tier. In the tier below that would be Black Widow, Spider-Woman, and then just slightly below that, Iron Man. And none of the other champions, none of the other heroes do I think are really viable in solo play at the moment. They may become viable with future card releases. I think Ms. Marvel has a lot of potential. Spider-Woman has potential to move up. We've seen a couple of new tech upgrades get released, and so there's potential for Iron Man to move up as well with future cards that are tech upgrades, because they will allow him to get set up faster. The others, we'll see. You never know which heroes the developers are going to decide to support. Of course, I'm very behind the releases. I'm doing a progression series, but I don't know which heroes the developers are going to support as we look at new cards. But we can say that at the moment Wasp is one of the weaker champions and belongs in the lower tier, that tier being reserved for heroes that maybe are fun or thematic to play but not particularly strong. So that is the only reason I would recommend buying Wasp, is for the heroes that is if you are a collector or you really want Wasp for fun or thematic reasons. The only 2 cards in this set that I thought were any good were Ironheart and Spider-Man Miles Morales. But I don't think that those two, having gotten a chance to play these cards, they're decent heroes. They're nothing exceptional though, and I don't think these 2 are worth buying the hero pack for, nor do I think the Power in All of Us makes it worth it either. That probably is the best card in the hero pack, the Power in All of Us, and it does help out with playing basic cards, but I don't think these 3 are worth buying the hero pack for, and Wasp certainly isn't very strong. So if you're a collector, or if you're more of a mindset of a fun thematic player, I could recommend Wasp, but otherwise, probably not. So, thank you for watching.